Hey guys, how's it going? So, the AR-15. This is America's rifle, let's face it. For so many reasons. It's been proven military use for, what, 50, 60 years now? And these are accurate, low recoil. The rifles themselves have become affordable in recent years, and the ammo is generally pretty cheap. Well, until recently. Recent times, there's an ammo shortage, and what that's done is jacked the price up quite a bit of the 223 5.56 round. Not to mention, a lot of people are out of work, making money even more tight, and sometimes even if you have the money, just the availability alone, it's hard to find this stuff. So we still want to shoot, we still want to practice, we still want to have some fun, because since we're not allowed to do much of anything right now, a lot of people are looking to do recreational outdoor activities like shooting firearms, even on their own property, and in many states the ranges thankfully are still open. So I thought this would be a good time for me to talk about an alternative to shooting 223 5.56 out of your AR, and that would be the CMMG 22 long rifle AR conversion kit. And basically what this is it's a kit. It's kind of simple. I'm going to show you more in just a second after we unbox it, but this is going to convert your 223 5.56 AR-15 into a 22 long rifle. Real quick, money's really tight for me right now, guys. I know it is for you too. There's two things you can do to help out me and to keep this channel going. They're not going to cost you a penny. I'm not asking you guys for anything. My Amazon link down in the description. If you click on it, I earn a commission. Whatever you buy, doesn't matter what it is, you can just click on the link, use Amazon like you normally would, and it really helps. And if you enjoy my videos and you really like them, just tell your friends and share them on social media, and we'll just keep all having fun together. Alright, thanks guys. I appreciate it. So why would you want to do that? Well, a couple reasons. Like I said earlier, ammo's gone up in price. I'm going to give you pre-panic buy prices because stuff's all over the place right now. But even just a month ago, 223 5.56 was about, let's just say at your average store, 35, 40 cents a round, maybe 30 cents a round online. 22 long rifle, you're looking at 4 or 5, maybe 6 cents a round for regular range stuff like this. Federal, plated, hollow point, just kind of normal bulk pack stuff. Even as cheap as 3 cents a round if you bought it in bulk by the case online. So we're already looking at this being like anywhere from 7 times to 10 times cheaper than the 223 5.56. Furthermore, 22 still seems to be available a little more right now than the 223 5.56. And even after ammo prices get back to normal, which I'm sure they will eventually, this is still always going to be a cheaper round. So cost, that's a big part. Another reason I'm thinking you might want to convert to 22 long rifle. Recoil. Now, 223 5.56, very low recoil, one of the great reasons why so many people like shooting the AR, but it still has a little bit of pop to it. And no doubt the 22 long rifle, especially on like a carbine or rifle platform, is going to have virtually no recoil. So for little ones or people that just sore shoulder, don't like recoil, whatever, this does have less recoil. It's also quite a bit quieter. This has quite the snap to it as far as the sound goes, right? Still should wear earplugs for this, of course. It's not hearing safe, but much quieter. Maybe areas where you can shoot safely but you don't really want to tick off the neighbor too much. Another great reason to go with 22. And of course you always need to know your target and what's behind it and have a safe backstop, but somebody can get by with probably a little smaller berm and backstop area with a 22 long rifle as a 223 5.56, and there's certainly targets that are made specifically for the 22 that you would never want to shoot with a center fire rifle. With that said, these can still go over a mile through the air. I want to emphasize safe backstop, but let's face it, this is going to penetrate and destroy your hard targets like steel, certainly less than a 223 5.56. So those are some good reasons right off the bat I can think of why you might want to go with this conversion kit. And I thought I'd cover that first because that might be the first question. Why? Why would I want this? So let's take a look at what we have here. This kit is available directly from CMMG for 230 bucks. I've seen it at other places for 200, even on sale as cheap as 170 in the past. So you can certainly find this probably less than $200 at many different places, online, or at your local gun shop. So here's our whole replacement unit. This is going to replace your bolt and carrier group. This kit that I have specifically here is their Bravo kit. And the Bravo kit's going to come with basically the frame, the bolt, the firing pin and extractor, the chamber adapter, and a brass bushing. These are all included in this assembly right here. And it's going to come with 3 of the 25 round magazines. So you're basically looking at a couple things to swap out here. You're going to swap this whole assembly, which contains several components, along with your magazine. And the Bravo kit does come with 3 25 round mags. These are available in other configurations where you can get it just with the 1 mag. I believe you can just buy this by itself. If you're in a band state, low capacity mag state, they do sell these kits with the 10 round magazine as well. Being in Michigan, not having any size restrictions on mags, I went with the 25 naturally. So another thing, CMMG, made in the USA. CMMG's always been good to go as far as I'm concerned. My first time trying their kit, but I've used their AR lower parts kits before. They've been great. So as far as I've heard online from other people I know locally, CMMG does have a good name. So I'm anticipating this is probably going to be good to go. And I certainly hope so. So I'm going to keep the extra 2 mags in here for right now. And let's take a look at this. So we basically have what would normally be your bolt and carrier. This is just a rubber plug here that's going to protect your chamber adapter. And this is going to operate just basically as a blowback is what it's actually going to do. We're not going to be utilizing the direct impingement gas system. It's just going to take pressure that's in the chamber. And I can see already right now there's a little frame here, a little skeletonized frame, that when the pressure from the chamber exerts backwards on the face of this bolt assembly, it's just going to reciprocate backwards right here. We have our recoil spring. It's nested and captured right here. And it's utilizing the area where the gas key would normally be, where your gas would directly impinge on it, right? So this is just going to reciprocate back and forth. We're going to look at our bolt face here. I don't know how much we're going to see that, but there is definitely our extractor right there. External extractor. And yeah, we can see the cutout and the spot for the rim fire. So nice. Firing pin is here in the rear. It looks like it is spring loaded. There we go. We can see the firing pin right up there. This is still going to use all of the lower components of your AR. So your hammer is going to fire. It's going to hit the firing pin. It's going to hit the rim, fire the cartridge. Gases are going to go both forward and backward, and that's where we get direct blowback. It's just going to push gases right up against the face of the bolt, which is going to reciprocate back and forth along this recoil spring and guide rod assembly. And these 2 outer pieces are going to basically act as your rail. And I see a little cutout here that's going to act as your ejector. So let's see if we can get that to line up just right. Right here, we can see there's a little hook there. And I assume that's your ejector. So the extractor is going to pull out the rim. It's going to hit this at high speed. This little lip here. That's going to be your ejector. And it's going to fling it out of the right side of the firearm. So yeah. Now I mentioned here chamber adapter. Well, check this out. As you can see, there's a huge difference in the size between a 223 or 556. This is a Federal American Eagle 556. For all intents and purposes, for this conversation, same thing as a 223, right? So this is your 223 556. Here's your 22 LR. Like, it's not even close, right? Nothing about this is the same, really. As far as teeny. So, if we look here, this is actually going to be very similar to the size of a piece of 223 brass. So check that out. So we're basically going to fill it up with a piece of 223 brass, shaped spacer bushing here. That way this isn't going to be just jiggling and floating around in the chamber, because we need a tight chamber seal for gases, and so it can be centered up, obviously, so that it can strike the rim and fire down the barrel. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys how to do this. There's really not much involved. We're going to do all of about 2 things. So I'm going to take out my normal 223 556 magazine. Set that aside. I'm just going to take my rear pivot pin, pull that out, just like I would normally take out a carrier. Sorry, it's a little hard to get it all on camera. Pull the charging handle back enough. There's our 223-556. Alright, so it looks like we're just going to line up this top portion here where our recoil guide rod assembly is located. Have that go into the top of the charging handle here. Alright. It's a little bit different, but it looks like it's still hooking on the front just like it normally would. Okay. Doesn't appear that it wants to click into place here. There's nothing for it to really click, so let me see what it's doing here. Everything looks fine to me. So it looks like for this to function, you actually have to, when you're coming down to pin it back in place, you might just have to push forward a little bit here. See how there's some play? Alright. Alright, looks like it's working. The charging handle is going to bring back that bolt portion, like I was showing you earlier. And it reciprocates back and forth. So everything appears to be working good there. Let's see if it opens the dust cover up. And it does. I don't think we're going to have any forward assist with this, which I don't really anticipate needing. But no, there's no forward assist. There's no grooves, obviously. So there you go. Then our magazine. Here's the click and play. So that's it. That's all we did right there to convert your 223 or 556 AR into 22 long rifle. One more note, if you're running 300 blackout, you're going to also have to change your barrel, obviously. So, but you'll still be able to use, you know, this will go right in the same upper receiver because none of that's going to be different. But yeah, I'm going to take this out to the range and check it out. One more thing I want to mention here. It does look like it actually holds open on the last round. That's cool. Check that out. Looks like it has a last round bolt hole open. But when I remove the mag, it immediately returns into battery. So you're not going to use your lever there on the side. Let's try that one more time. I'm just kind of learning as I go, guys. A real unboxing here. Okay, it does hold it open on the last round, but then when we remove the mag, it's going to slam home. Kind of like how an AK does, right? Alright, a couple other pointers that they were talking about on CMMG's website. Most of you probably already have this, but they want you to have a rounded hammer. Okay? Rounded. Some hammers have a little notch that's cut. You'll probably know if you have that, but they do want a rounded style hammer. That's to ensure that it's going to reset properly. Another thing is they recommend using... Okay, now it looks like I'm in battery just fine. So I don't know what was wrong the first time, but it looks like we're right in there. Okay. Let me see what happened here. Oh, okay. My charging handle just didn't go forward enough. I see what happened. Now check this out. I had pushed it forward, and I'm used to it when you push your bolt and carrier forward. Your carrier, you know, that tail there? It usually pushes itself all the way in and grabs the charging handle and pushes it in too. It doesn't. So check this out. You got that going on? Just push your charging handle forward and then... See that? Just a little extra step. I'm learning right with you guys here. No, it looks like it can just kind of fall out on its own. See that? So this is definitely a little different than a 223-556. Just keep that barrel angle downward. Make sure you push the charging handle all the way in. See it firm, to seat it firmly right there, and you're good to go. Put the rear pin in. So you want a rounded hammer. They also recommend using a plated 36 grain. That's what CMMG says. So here we have a copper plated 36 grain hollow point from Federal. This is rather cheap stuff in bulk. I also have some CCI mini mags that happen to be 36 grain hollow point. And I'm going to try out a couple other weights too. I've got some Federal 40 grain. I've got some Agula 30 grain hypervelocity. I'm going to try a few different things, and they're probably mostly going to work. CMMG just says, hey, look, we prefer a 36 grain, so take that for whatever it's worth. I don't know. I'm just now learning how this whole thing goes together. But yeah, it's pretty easy. It's basically just a swap of your carrier. Just make sure you have your charging handle pushed all the way in, and it should fit right in there for you. Accuracy. I want to mention that real quick because there are dedicated 22 long rifle ARs, and people sometimes say, well, why would I buy a conversion kit? Just buy a dedicated AR. Well, here's the thing. These can be bought for about $200 or less. A 22 long rifle, a dedicated 22 long rifle build, $300-400, okay? And it's another firearm to store in the house. Some people don't have a lot of room. Some people's wives, you know, you guys know what I'm saying. The wife loves it when you get more guns. I get it. But for other guys, yeah. So maybe you want to buy a conversion kit just so you don't have another gun. Well, there is a little bit of a trade-off because, see, although these cases and everything else on these are completely different, right? And the bullet's way longer on the 223. There's one other little difference here. While 223-556 is considered a 22 caliber, and that's what this barrel's made for, right? It actually has a 224 bullet. So the diameter of the bullet, the projectile, is 224. Whereas with the 22 long rifle, the bullet's actually .223. So it's a 223 projectile. Look, it's a teeny minuscule difference. Not enough of a difference where this won't work. You can certainly fire this projectile down your 223-556 barrel, okay? But really, your barrel was spec'd out, and your barrel was made for a .224 diameter. So here's how this works, just for the people that are a little bit newer. A bullet is normally supposed to be a little bit larger, okay, than what's called the lands, the parts of your barrel that protrude outward, right? It's supposed to be a little larger than those lands. And since it's a soft, pliable material, in this case, copper jacket with lead inside. Other times we have bullets that are made of copper, but there's certainly always softer steel, right, than what the barrel is made out of. So it actually squishes the material, in this case the lead and the jacket down, makes a very tight seal. And that allows the gases to be propelling the projectile out of the barrel rather than seeping past it, right? It also lets it grab on and spin. Rifle barrels make the bullet spin. So what's going to happen by having just a little bit smaller bullet, it's not going to be enough where all the gas is going to rush past it. It's just not going to swage the bullet or squeeze it as much in the lands and grooves of the barrel, giving it its twist, right? So you could expect your accuracy to probably be a little bit off in all reality. Whereas a specific 22 long rifle barrel, they're going to shrink things down just a little bit down the bore of the barrel so it can properly squeeze, swage, whatever you want to call it, the softer material, in this case lead with a copper plating, in this case lead with a full metal jacket of copper. So sorry to get into the weeds too much for you guys that know more about ammunition and how it works than me, but I know there's some newer people out there, so don't be completely surprised if the accuracy is not quite the same. Now here's another thing to mention too. Your twist rate, okay, is going to be different on a 223-556 caliber with that 224 bullet, all the powder behind it, all that kind of stuff. Totally different round than this, really, as far as what it's expected to do and perform. So your twist rate, the speed in which the bullet twists around the barrel, is going to be different too. So the fact that your twist rate's off and you're just not getting quite as tight of a squeeze, okay, on the rifling with this little bit smaller bullet, the accuracy is probably not going to be as good as it might be with your dedicated 22 rifle, and it also might not be as accurate as if you're shooting 223-556 running your normal bolt and carrier and your AR-15. So just thought I'd throw that in there for you guys real quick. Yeah, I'm kind of excited about this. I think it's going to be fun. I've had this for quite some time and just too many other video ideas to really get to it, but I thought, you know what, this might help somebody because these are rather affordable-ish. I mean, it's kind of high, a couple $100, but it's cheaper than buying a whole new gun, right? Saves room in the gun safe by not buying a dedicated 22. And just the cost, ammo savings, you know, that you're going to save, you could probably pay for this pretty quickly, just in ammo savings, especially now that we have an ammo shortage, jacked up prices, but even in the future when stuff gets back to normal, you're still looking at like 7 to 10 times cheaper to shoot this rather than this. So there you go. A lot of plinking, varmint hunting, squirrel, stuff like that. Anything you would normally use a 22 for, go for it. Just sight it in and see what your accuracy is going to be due to the reasons that I said earlier. But yeah, definitely looking forward to this. This is going to be good for 223, 5.56 ARs. When I said 300 blackout earlier, you literally have to change the barrel too. So I wasn't trying to throw anyone for a curve there, but I do know a couple people personally that only have 300 blackout ARs, so you don't got to throw everything away. I just wanted to mention that. Change your barrel out to a 223, 5.56. Grab up this conversion kit, and the 300 blackout guys can join in the fun too. Alright, I'm going to take this out to the range very soon, test out a few types of ammo, let you guys know what I find, and let me know if you guys have these and how they're doing for you, and if you think this is a good idea or not. I'm optimistic and hoping it's going to work, but you guys will be the first to find out either way in a video very soon. Alright, thanks for watching, and have a good one.